My name is Ponyo, and I'm here to change the world in a radical way.
God damn it.
You're listening to the Moist Boys Podcast.
Can you plug me in?
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. Episode's over before we even began. Oh Christ!
what a
we're gonna
fun
be.
run.
It's gonna be. I just feel like there's a weird energy going on right now.
That is because we have Harley in the building.
Harley's in the building.
So I haven't been drinking for like the last year, and I am at least a beer and a half in. So
You're at least 4
Good.
beers in, sir.
that is fair.
That's your second one. You're
it?
working on your second one, right?
Well,
You
I
didn't
definitely
have
had
any.
His second one since coming out here.
I mean, I definitely had one in the car. Fuck the police.
My name's Josh.
Or are we streaming?
Yeah.
Do you see the look at the thing?
Well,
Harley.
you know, I thought it was just like a
Also,
preliminary thing.
It's not streaming when you're recording it and then releasing it later. That's
Yeah.
just called recording.
Oh, well, you know what I meant.
Who is everybody else?
God damn. I'm Jonathan.
I'm your best bro, Heather.
And we are doing this out of order. And I'm Harley.
What?
There is no order.
Counterclockwise, fuckers.
No, the
It's
order
always been.
the order is always Josh, Jonathan, Heather. Yes.
I feel like this is the perfect energy to break in the new.
Breaking the
Oh.
new studio.
I'm excited to talk about a child's movie, Wasted. Gather around, kiddies. Uncle Harley's got a few things to tell you.
Yeah. So
About-
anyway,
what is it?
White Boy Summer is over. Moist Boy Summer is now officially begun. So we're recording in the new studio. We've been talking
yeah.
about off and on
It's pretty cool.
first episode. So no more bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, other than
Other
me,
than
normal.
Harley.
Other than the bullshit we bring with us, which, you know, that's a whole other.
a load and a half.
bullshit we invite over.
But it's another monthly Miyazaki month. Well, every month is a monthly
Every month
Miyazaki
is a thing we do a monthly.
Miyazaki. It's another Miyazaki
It's
week.
another Merry Miyazaki month.
The French.
The French.
I only had one beer like 3 hours ago.
Are we not going to bust out the gin again?
This is the second to last, as of this recording, episode of Monthly Miyazaki, because we're talking about Ponyo from 2008,
Ponyo?
starring Matt Damon and Liam Neeson and Tina Fey.
And others.
And the rest.
And Tilly Lomlin.
Sure.
I know what I said.
Wow, where to even begin?
Where do you even start
this
about
was
Ponyo?
this was the first Miyazaki that I knew what a Miyazaki was that I got to see in theaters.
Oh, that's fair.
Jonathan and I got to go see Ponyo in theater.
I think this is the first going to see a movie Miyazaki for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only one I've seen in theaters.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I actually feel like this is the movie that kind of just knocked me off of the Miyazaki axis. Like Spirited Away, saw that in theaters, was crazy about it, like loved Princess Mononoke and everything, you know, and or in between or before. But for some reason I saw the trailer for this and was like, you know what? I don't feel like I need to see that. And I never did. And so yeah, watching this week was the first time I ever had. So.
See, I had the opposite reaction where I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's about the Little Mermaid? Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, sign me up.
For some reason, just totally didn't pick up on that. I actually, when I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was going to be really fucking sad.
Oh.
Well, because I'm like, oh yeah, Miyazaki, cute shit, okay. Grave of the Fireflies. Nope, I'm out.
Oh. Yeah, no, I saw Disney. I saw the list on the cast and was like, yeah, this is going to be cute as shit.
Well, I guess was Spirited Away the first technically like Miyazaki under Disney film?
If it was, I feel like it was the only one. I feel like there was, compared to the rest, there was a lot more of Disney involvement.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that they redid everything on the audio and not just, they didn't just do a dub and call it good. They're
Yeah.
like, no, we're fucking taking the whole thing over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've always dropped some pretty big bucks on the dub. But yeah, like in this case, yeah, it's totally
Doing the, spoiler alert, god awful song at the end. I've always enjoyed the Miyazaki songs at the end, but this one, not so much.
Oh man, I have some fucking opinions and or thoughts and or feelings about that goddamn song.
What are they, Harley?
Had me in the first half, and then the fucking bass dropped, and then I was fucking hyped by myself in my living room with my two terrified dogs that were like, why the fuck did you all of a sudden jump up and start dancing? I don't know if y'all know this, but there is a bass drop in the movie Ponyo, and you will catch you off guard.
It will. Harley is super into the rapping kids.
Yeah.
Me not so much.
Kids Bop is my jam.
This is a kid's not so much a bop.
That is that's fair. Trying to shoehorn English lyrics into a Japanese song is always going to be
Dicey.
A bit sus.
Very sus. A bit. It's going to be a losing battle. So it's like I never really go into that shit with like very high expectations. But these definitely, even so, did not meet them.
Yeah, like the meter of the music.
Yeah.
And the vocals. Two different things.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're like, we have to fit all of these words into this into this time frame. Okay. And they
Good
tried
luck.
their darndest.
They definitely. An attempt was made. An attempt was certainly made.
Also, can we officially blame
The French.
the French? Can we officially blame this movie for Noah Cyrus's musical career?
Yeah.
The girl who plays Ponyo.
Baby Cyrus. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably. She had a career.
By the way, Mononoke was the first real Disney.
Distributed.
Was
really?
it really?
It was Mononoke, Spirited Away, and then Ponyo.
That makes sense.
Were they distributing it as like Buena Vista though, or like Disney?
Disney.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing. Okay, feel like I remember seeing that. Okay, that makes sense. Which again, I mean, as far as the dub,
Because it's where the major Harvey Weinstein, Hayao Miyazaki feud starts.
oh really? Oh fuck yeah! Good job, Miyazaki. He knows trash when he sees it.
Well, he was close friends with John Lasseter for the whole time, so.
Yeah, Ponyo. She's a John Lasseter.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. Well,
Oh God, we
he knows trash sometimes when he sees it.
sometimes when he sees it. Like we started, there's like a little featurette at the beginning on the Blu-ray where you can like watch it with the introductions, like meet Ponyo.
Oh boy!
And it's immediately it's like Kathleen Kennedy patting herself on the back for this movie.
Kathleen Kennedy calling him Miyazaki.
Miyazaki-san.
Oh,
It's like,
boy.
I don't think you guys have like gone to karaoke together or
yeah, like I don't. At least she wasn't just like fucking Hayo-chan.
yeah. Me and Hayo go way back.
Me and Hayo-kun.
Hayo-chan. Yeah, Hayo-kun.
Me and Hayo-kun were hanging out.
Yeah, he had me over. He made me ramen. It was great. Yeah, I don't know, man. I try to not really jump on that whole Kathleen Kennedy is the devil shit, but I don't know. I feel like the more I see of her involvement, the more I'm just like, oh man, it's just
That's unfortunate.
tone deaf after tone deaf.
I had mentioned before and watching this because I had seen this in theaters a few years ago during one of the G Kids Fathom events things that I would recommend people go see, and they're doing it this year, but only I don't think there's any Ghibli movies on the thing. It's mostly just the G Kids distributed.
was it?
Yeah, because it's like Lupin, Your Name, not Your Name, Weathering with You, Children of the Sea.
Go see Weathering with You in the theater.
Oh,
I
fuck
want to
yeah.
go re-see Weathering You with You in the theater.
It might have already come and passed. I don't remember.
might be.
I have to look at the schedule again.
Yeah.
But so rewatching it yesterday reinforced my theory that this movie, like the behind the scenes, a lot of it, Hayao Miyazaki being like, you know what? I don't want to use all of the bullshit that I used on Howl's Moving Castle to make it look glossy and shiny. I want to go all the way back to like paintbrushes for the backgrounds and like everything's hand drawn so that it's just like weird little squiggles when the characters are very small.
Yeah, this film definitely has like a very distinct artistic direction. I fucking there's something about it. I love it. It's very simple. It's very just kind of bare bones. It's not like a lot of depth, but yeah, it just kind of looks like a It actually looks like a children's book brought to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly the thing that I thought of actually when we were watching this.
Nice.
I was like looking at it and I was like, oh my God, it's like an actual like storybook on the screen.
It's gorgeous too. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I mean, shit. Again, watching this for the first time, so watched it on HBO Max. Tried to watch like the first 30 minutes of it and basically stopped in the first like 5. So basically, had just seen really just like the introductory sweep down to like, was it Fujimoto?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fujimoto and the submarine, and just that whole like just visual feast of like all the different like creatures
The
and shit.
fucking sound.
Yeah.
Like
oh.
of him dripping the elixir into
Yeah.
the ocean. It's just like,
Oh yeah, no, like honestly, like if my HBO Max just shat out at that point and I just could not watch the rest of the film for the rest of the day, I would have been like, cool, that was worth it. That was fucking worth it. That was
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Beautiful. And like the fucking music in this film is just top notch. Like it literally sounds like they resurrected fucking Wagner like for like a big chunk in the middle to do all this beautiful horn shit. It's amazing.
Well, one of the movements was very much like the I don't want to say dollar store version, but definitely like the Hydrox to Oreo of Ride of the Valkyries.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, and that's exactly what I'm referring to. Probably the like when they're
Bum ba da bum.
Yeah.
Bum ba da bum.
when they're racing up when they're racing up the mountain, being chased by the waves. Like, oh fuck, like I don't even care. Like, yeah, it might be dollar store, but like that paired with the visuals, like this movie was just so. I mean, yeah. Spoiler alert: I fucking love the shit out of this movie. Just fucking feast for the senses across the board, as long as you go into it knowing full well that this was not going to be the dark, brooding, politically driven, potentially.
he still makes his statements.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Like people are still the disease in this movie.
But it's got like the perfect amount of people are the disease.
Yeah.
Where like it's not like walking away from Princess Mononoke where you're just like,
I suck.
fuck, I think I have to kill myself to right the world, don't I?
I'm garbage, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, well, and I mean, not to say there's anything wrong with that, or there's not a place necessarily for that in like what I would call a children's film, but it's just very like it just feels like they came at this, as you mentioned, like not just with the decision to approach, the artistic direction in kind of a simplified manner. Maybe simplified isn't the right term, maybe like an old school manner, but also just like the method of storytelling. This is a very kind of straightforward fairy tale, which is nice, which I think
I really feel like some of his movies where people are the disease, they're not geared towards children.
Yeah.
Mononoke is not a children's film.
Yeah,
by any stretch of
Mononoke,
the
no. Nausicaa,
imagination.
absolutely not.
But Ponyo is. It's a kids movie at its heart. And the way that they handle people are the disease in this is a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Because even our 5-year-old was like, ew, their ocean is gross, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a conversation. Yeah, because people keep throwing their garbage in it. And that's not what we're supposed to do. And it's a way to create a dialogue.
Done in a way that really, I think brilliantly, I hadn't really thought about it this way, but brings it down to a child's level.
Yeah.
Not down as in like not in a dismissive way, but just in a way that you can actually have a conversation.
Where they're going to be the ones who point it out to you versus you having to point it out to them.
Totally.
So the cast of this pretty stacked, even for a Ghibli dub.
Super stacked.
Hella stacked.
You have all my favorite old ladies.
Mm-hmm.
You got Betty White.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, you got Liam Neeson. You got Betty White. You got Lily Tomlin.
What?
Betty White, dude.
Betty White.
Did you watch
Cloris
this movie?
Leachman and Lily Tomlin. You got all the best old ladies. in
No
this.
fucking what?
Yeah.
Betty White's in the shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who? Whom? What character?
She's the first old lady that he talks
Like
to.
the best one?
Yeah.
Like best girl?
Like the really nice one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Betty White.
And then, Cloris Leachman is the one that doesn't really say that much.
Cloris Leachman is her best friend.
Yeah.
And then Toki.
Yeah, the two of them that are all sitting together.
Yeah, and then Toki is
Lily
Tomlin.
Tomlin.
Tilly Lomlin, yep. I love this fucking movie so much.
Josh was over there having a stroke looking at the cast list.
Yeah.
Well, I was just looking at Frankie Jonas, and then there's a picture of him with the rest of the Jonas Brothers, and I was just like,
Aw,
"Who's
buddy.
this little? Who's this
It's
groupie that dropped in with
Jonas
the,
brother? More like the lonest brother.
Oh, sad.
It's like the third Hemsworth.
Or the fourth
Hanson.
Yeah, that's the fourth Hanson.
The name of the band, dude, is Hanson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. That's a good way to memorize it. Thanks, Dick.
Or the third, Culkin, McClunky.
I knew it was coming, but it's still funny. I hate it.
I feel like Hayao Miyazaki personally knows Bob Bergen.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Because
Did you just accidentally call Hayao Miyazaki Bob?
no,
Pretty sure Hayao Bob really knows.
You know Bob. Oh, sorry, I mean Hayao. Sorry, I always get those two mixed up.
I mean, Hayao-kun is a real big.
Yeah, that's the picture I was looking at.
He's got some real Bob energy.
Breaking my brain. Because Bob Bergen's in this, and he's in a lot of these Ghibli movies.
Yeah. Who does he play in this?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Even all the way back to Castle of Cagliostro.
Yeah.
So I feel like there has to be some sort of connection there.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a Disney connection because he's in a lot of the classic Disney films too.
Now,
Yeah,
Noah Cyrus really did look like Miley when she was little.
That is the grossest fucking picture.
There's a lot I don't like about it. Sorry.
That's a Frankie Jonas and a Noah Cyrus.
There's a lot I don't like about that.
The fucking shitty fedora.
It looks like me when I worked at Gap.
Good times.
Yeah. Well. That's how I met my wife. Checkmate, nerds.
Checkmate.
So yeah.
Do you think Hayao Miyazaki ever like drops like a really funny joke or like a really sick burn?
No.
And it's like
Never.
No.
That's
Based off, I've already told this story, but like I was reading tweets.
Yeah.
And somebody went to like an event that he was speaking at and said that it was the most depressing, like, meet your hero moment.
Yeah, I could see that.
Where it's just like, he is the most awful person to be around.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fair.
He literally hates everything.
I mean,
and he just brings that energy to everything he does.
He's like such an amazing classic artist. That doesn't fucking surprise me at all. And especially in Japan, where, I mean, and especially in the anime industry, where you literally have to just give pounds and pounds of flesh to do anything you actually love. Like, that does not surprise me.
Yeah, there's a reason that every one of his movies, people are the disease.
Yeah, for sure. Which is so funny because, again, like, they all have such heart and such
soul.
No, I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, oh God, no, but I mean, like, they're so gentle. Like, yeah, I mean, they deliver some very poignant messages, but I just feel like they're always just so kind in a lot of ways. Like, they're never.
Do we need to go back and rewatch Princess Mononoke, my guy?
No, but I mean, like, even that. I mean, like, at the end of the day, it sucks, but I mean,
it's a good movie.
Well, yeah. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Like,
I mean, it fucking sucks.
Like, no, I mean, like, it is a hard if you're really jumping in and like trying to process like the emotional toll that the film is trying to present. Like, yeah, it's tough, it's rough.
Yeah,
but I mean, again, it's
tough stuff. Tough enough.
It still has like a bunch of people who like come together and
right now over me.
God damn it. Moving on.
So this movie stars Matt Damon. I already said that one. And Liam
I wouldn't
Neeson.
say this movie stars Matt Damon.
This movie has Matt Damon.
He's in his favorite way to be in shit, where he's just like, I was there.
Yeah.
You're like, much. Where? And he's like, there.
Right there.
To be fair,
Find me.
He's in it more than Cate Blanchett, and she also gets top of the line billing as well.
Well, yeah.
That's because Cate Blanchett should always have top of the line billing.
Also,
God,
that's because as far as like in the movie, the credits are alphabetical.
Yeah.
And also, she has more lines than he does.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe?
His is like, my son's using the light on his own. Flick, 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 flick,
flick, flick. Which, for the record, like, I don't know what I think this film just like got me in a lot of ways, and just I kind of gave myself up to it. But that scene had me dying. Like, for the wife to be like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." Like, there is something so.
It makes me cry every time. Because I don't like it. Didn't the first time I watched it, but this time with Bennett for some reason. Like that scene where the mom is just that upset, and it like made me tear up and cry. Yeah. Mainly, I think, because her poor 5-year-old. Because remember, these children are 5.
5.
Which is the exact age as my kid, is like,
It's okay, Mom. Yeah.
I know sometimes Dad breaks his promise.
That shit was.
And then he like gets really
beautiful.
sad about Ponyo, and I'm like, oh my god, children should not have to come for their parents like this.
Yeah.
And then he does the thing that I fucking love, where it's like he's saying that, but he's not actually going to take care of Mom. Mom immediately flips around and is just like, you're so good, and I love you. And I was like, oh, because I immediately then picked up, because Bennett like looked at me when he saw that part, and I like swooped him
You
up
little
and did
fucker,
it.
come here. Yeah. No.
I thought it was weird though when like the ship was passing by that like he signed off "Go Sox." That was kind of a weird thing because he's from Boston. And that's it's a Boston joke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Matt Damon.
It's Matt Damon.
Tina Fey though. Tina
Tina
played-
Fey, Lisa playing the first Ghibli MILF.
God damn.
I'm sorry, but we refer to them as not at all because that's offensive and hurtful and just not necessary. But it's actually JILFs.
What? What does the G stand for?
I don't know,
Okay.
but it'd be GH because it's Ghibli.
Ghibli.
Ghibli's you'd like to fuck?
I don't know.
Harley, I'm concerned.
It was
Totoro.
funnier. It was more. Hey, hi-oh. It was funnier in my head. Sorry, I know. I regret. I instantly regret. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's fucking talk for a second. This goddamn mom, this goddamn character of Lisa, also just absolutely adore. Nothing phases this woman.
I saw that you wrote that last night, and I was like, yeah, I kind of remember that. And then rewatching it today, I'm like, nah, Harley's fucking
No,
right.
like literally,
Mom,
she does not give a
Ponyo
fuck about anything.
Ponyo came back as a girl. You
Okay.
know what? Cool. It's been a fucking day.
Dinner time. Get
Yeah.
your ass inside. Like that is some serious. If
Her
that is
being like picking
Yeah.
them both up and popping them down, being like, guys, life is mysterious and weird things happen.
Yeah.
Let's get some towels. It's fine.
If that isn't some like big old dick mom energy just throughout the entire film, I fucking love it.
So I said this to Jonathan today, and it needs to be said. A friend of the podcast host, Sway's wife,
yeah.
is this mom.
Yeah.
Like 100% would just be like, you know what? I'm fucking rolling with it. Let's go.
Yep.
We have got more important shit to do.
We gotta make fucking dinner. Sit your asses
Like,
down. I don't care.
You know what? I gotta make sure that the generator's working.
Yeah.
We need to fucking eat. This is a night, okay?
Yep. I love it.
It's been a backwards kind of day. Let's have dessert first.
Well, and it's just like too that whole scene. Like I don't know why, but just this entire movie for me really is just crystallized in that scene where Ponyo's just fucking running along the waves to discount Flight of the Valkyries, and they're racing up that goddamn mountain.
Because it's such a great fucking
It's
scene.
amazing. Like visually, it's great. Musically, it's great. Everything. But just this mom just kept being like, yeah, you know. So there's basically like an apocalyptic event occurring around me.
There's a tsunami happening.
And she's like, yeah, it's fine. Let's get home. Let's go home.
I know her like, no, this is the way I'm going. Like,
Yeah.
take the mountain road. No, this is the fucking way I'm going. I got it. Go.
Yeah, I loved it.
I know her just driving like this wave is just after us. Damn.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter that there's fucking just literally nothing but water for miles around all of a sudden, and these waves are just giant fish. Like at that point, she's had to have seen these goddamn fish.
I'm ignoring
She's
that.
focused on the road, dude.
She's focused on the task ahead. I love it.
Did you see those windy mountain roads they live on? She's got to focus on the road.
Jesus.
And she drives 80
was
all
gonna-
the time.
All the time.
That's what I want to see in the next Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah, just
is
fucking Lisa. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Family's everything, and my family is fucking Lisa. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Lisa's, for the longest time, I thought it was Lisa Kudrow that was doing the voice of that.
Oh.
Because everybody, except with the exception of Liam Neeson, everyone has their voice like pitched up a little bit.
Yeah.
Compared to what they normally do. Is Matt Damon's up here.
Yeah.
That's my son out there.
It's my son.
And
Go Sox.
So stupid.
but Liam Neeson, like he doesn't have another. He only has one voice.
Yeah.
He's just, it's
And that
Liam
is
Neeson.
smooth.
Smooth ass jazz.
No, Liam Neeson. I do appreciate the fact that I feel like Liam Neeson's character just doesn't get a win in this entire film. And
In
that's
the whole thing.
Yeah, like, it's
he's
just
just
like-
a ball of nerves
like
the entire time.
the shit is my fault, and my daughter is gonna leave, and the world's gonna end, and I am just very anxious.
He's
and
a
I'm sorry.
helicopter dad
Totally.
whose wife settled. Like,
Yeah,
Of
for
course.
sure.
God damn.
Like a literal goddess. And then also Kate Blanchett playing a literal goddess.
Yeah.
Heyo.
His wife settled,
Yeah.
ditched him with all the kids. Now he's a helicopter dad
Yeah.
whose kids rebelling. I mean,
All 1,000 of them.
of course he doesn't get a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't your
Oh.
day.
And he's also
this
in
isn't your
charge
day,
of like
buddy.
yeah,
this
no.
isn't your show.
Nope. And it never
Keeping-
was. It never was his show, and I appreciated that.
Yeah.
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 So do you think like to have the children, he just like whipped it out, and when he's in the ocean, just shoots, and then like babies appear later on? Like
Well,
how does it?
she shrinks up to be his size.
Well, so it's all about fertilization. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Does he just like face down in the ocean, hanging brain, and then just shoots?
Well,
Then
I think it's like the
later,
eggs. There's like the egg sac, and then he has to swim out.
in the middle of the ocean, his submarine.
No, guys, she
Fertilized the egg sac.
handed him an egg sac. He took it to the bathroom, jizzed on it, and put it in the tank. Come on.
So procedural.
No romance. in
Now
the
I
world
understand
anymore.
why they didn't address this in the film.
Yeah, that's why.
Also, maybe I'm just gonna go out there with this, and he was not biologically part of this process at all.
He's just a stepfather.
He's
Oh, that's
just
sweet.
like he calls them his daughters because he's the one raising them.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's headcanon now. I do.
Though they do have his hair, so
Yeah.
Or I mean, I want to come back to this, but like, let's be clear. No one's fucking mistaking those for goldfish. Am I right? Like, do they look like goldfish to people, or?
I think it's
Fi-
because
I-
koi are actually like a reddish color.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! That's
And
right.
so goldfish is the English translation of the fish. I think they're koi
Got it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense. Although they look kind of
also-
like
with their
squiddy.
their white
I mean,
tummies
yeah.
and stuff like that. With
Yeah,
the white
like the white tummies
the
and
white
like the
tummy.
red.
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
think they're koi.
More importantly than that, though, 5-year-olds are stupid.
Well, I meant like the adults, like the grown ass old people being like Tilly Lomlin being like, "That's a goldfish."
Well, she's the one who's like, it has a human face.
No, that's
Tilly Lomlin.
Lily Tomlin.
Yeah,
Fucking-
sorry. That's
It's like, it's a face. Put
Yeah.
the fish back. It's gonna cause a tsunami.
It's gonna cause a tsunami.
Fish
Well, I mean-
with human faces.
I mean, I feel
cause
like
tsunamis.
some of those fucking goldfish actually kind of have human faces. They freak me out.
I'm gonna go with Lily Tomlin was correct though. by the
Lily
way.
Tomlin is the hero of
yeah.
this movie.
She is absolutely the
She's
protagonist.
like, don't go with that weird ass man. He
Yeah.
stole all my friends.
And
exactly.
drowned them, as far as I know.
Oh, before we get too far though, one thing I just wanted to mention too, the scene with Fujimoto and what was I always forget the sea goddess's name.
Grand Mamere.
Grand Mamere, where he's like just having a complete breakdown. Is like, this shit's my fault. I'm so sorry. And she just kind of scoops him up a little bit.
I
and
love
just gives
her
him a
like
little-
touches him and he like shivers in her hand.
and he kind of
like,
just like shrinks up and yeah. I
yeah,
don't
he's just
know.
like she's like calm and he's like,
yeah.
I can't be calm when you're touching me like this. I haven't felt the touch of a human woman in many moons.
It was just sweet. This whole fucking movie was so goddamn sweet. The only thing that wasn't sweet was that fucking baby. That baby like nobody. That mother was a liar.
That was my favorite.
That mother was fucking
I literally said
lying.
that. I think today when the
Yeah.
it was like, I think she likes you. I was like, that baby likes nothing.
Baby likes
Yeah,
nothing.
That is like literally the longest like held fucking stank face I have ever seen in a movie period, not just animated.
It is
Yeah.
such a parent thing though to be
Yeah.
like, oh, it looks like she likes you. It doesn't matter what the baby is making. They always say this. 9 times out of 10, no, that baby does
No,
not like you.
that
They
baby was
can't
thinking
see
about
you.
yeah. That baby was like, I hope we meet in like 20 years so I can punch you in the dick. Punch it right off.
I fucking love the like cutting to Ponyo, cutting to the baby, cutting to Ponyo.
Yep.
Cut to the baby.
And the
Cut
baby
to
just gets
Ponyo.
like more and more pissed and it's just like yeah.
Until it just fucking leaks its face all over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does happen with that kid?
Well, the baby was sick.
You have a
She
cold.
was sick.
Where did that
was
cold
sick.
come
Unaware.
from? Yeah,
Fucking she got sick because she was so fucking pissed.
I don't know if you guys
was-
know what
Well,
colds
because
are
so
like,
they
but-
like they also this is one of a couple like Chekhov's guns in this movie, because at the school at the beginning of the movie when she's talking about like, oh yeah, his like
Oh,
He has a little bit of a cough.
That's the same baby.
It's the same baby.
Oh shit! Good call.
Yeah.
Didn't put 2 and 2.
Yeah, that's the same baby. And he's like, yeah, he's still sick. He's still got a cold.
Yeah, I still got a mad case of the fucking stank eye.
Yeah.
Wait, whose baby?
When Ponyo, or sorry, when
Sosuke-
Sosuke's first getting to
school.
his class, there's a woman holding a baby ahead of him and hands it to the caretaker, and she's like, "Yeah, she's still fussy, still sick."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the same baby.
Yep.
He that same baby.
Good job,
He that
Miyazaki,
baby.
not being bad at writing.
He that baby
Yeah.
dough.
I've got a question for everybody. How old is Crispin Freeman, and how old is this headshot that he uses on IMDb? Because
Very.
he's been in shit forever. He looks 12 years old,
Let me see the headshot.
probably from like 50 years ago.
Yeah, he's been using that headshot since like
For a
2004.
long time.
okay.
Because that's what he looked like in 2004.
Because look at them. Because look at
Highlights?
them highlights and tell me that's not from 2004.
Frosted tips
Yeah.
all over the place.
Is Crispin Freeman in this movie?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Look at this.
That's who?
Doesn't say additional voices.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of people. A lot of people are additional voices.
Yeah.
D. Bradley Baker, Carlos Alazraqui.
Really?
A lot of Carlos Alazraqui is in like a million things as additional voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Is there just like stock audio of him saying things they just like plug in?
maybe
Probably. Yeah.
like he doesn't come in and record it. He's just like, you have the tapes?
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking pick one, roll it. I don't care.
Yo, you need someone to say Yo quiero Taco Bell? Yeah, I got that.
I got you, bro.
Let me send that down. Let me send that
I
over
got
to you.
you. Check out my SoundCloud.
Yeah, like Crispin Freeman and like D. Bradley Baker, like those are all like voice actor guys, and I
Yeah.
feel like they always end up getting like whenever there's a big project like this, like somebody's heading like Disney.
We need 50 voice actors.
All of them who are impeccable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
And
we
it's
gotta
like,
get these guys.
We got to get these like fucking. I would say that it's akin to like when you go into a studio and you're dropping like $3,000 a day to be at that studio, and they're like, yeah, we got these session guys coming in to like fill out your sound.
Yeah.
like they are the session guys.
Totally.
Jess Harnell also. He's in a shitload of
Yeah,
stuff.
and it's like
I
they outside of like like anime shows and like smaller run stuff, they never end up having like roles.
Like they are actual, like they are tried and true voice actors. And that's what they're going to be.
yeah.
Which-
There's a whole conversation about that too. Of just
It's
like,
actually really fucking interesting.
yeah.
Career voice actor.
The thing I like about this picture is that it's
Oh,
for the
boy.
Disney princesses, and you got a Italian Slash looking guy with like 3 feet of hair standing in front of us. Like those images, he's got like the big giant cross and like a shredded leather shirt,
Fucking shredded.
but he's got like the Disney DX princesses
bro.
premiere. I don't know. It's
That's just what he looks like everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Like I passed him at ECCC like a few years back, and like, oh, that's just his everyday. That's just what he does.
Ponyo.
Ponyo. John Lasseter.
Skip.
Yeah, it's basically a text.
You know what wasn't boring though? It's Ponyo. It's a
Fuck
delight
my
beginning
It's
to end.
so adorable.
Yeah.
It's
Should we talk about?
no. The weird thing. I got it.
Jesus.
But should we actually talk about the fact that it's just 2 5-year-old children whose love saves the world?
I mean, it also ends at 2. So to be fair, like
That's
It causes
fair.
the beginning and the end.
I just like this is my one thing is that I feel like when people talk about this film, they talk about it quite literally as like these 2 kids are actually in love and they're going to get married and it's like a romantic thing. But I don't like I mean, me personally, I'm not really comfortable with that. And I think it kind of detracts from the story.
Oh, you mean you're not okay with sexualizing a 5-year-old?
Yeah, absolutely. Not.
Weird. What an odd concept.
Well, I just mean I feel like with the way that this is written, in a sense, I mean that's kind of where it's going, though, right? And I mean this is like a lot of the shit's like stories involving people who would be like 5, 6, like in middle school. I mean even in their like fucking early high school.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
I think that this is done for 2 reasons. one, we all know how Hayao Miyazaki feels about certain things, and I would not put it past him for writing it this way to basically bash on the Disney princess concept, because if you listen to Disney princesses' age, and not just Disney princesses, but like their like original stories,
they're all fucking
they're young.
Very young.
Snow White's 14.
Yeah.
Ariel from Little Mermaid is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like these
are literal children.
They're children
So
that are in these stories. So I wouldn't put it past him of being like,
I'm gonna crank this shit up a notch.
I'm gonna crank this shit up a notch, and they're gonna be five. Five fucking years old. I also agree with you, whereas I think he does that to be like, fuck you, but also I do not believe that he would ever write it.
No.
To be like, oh no, this is romantic love.
Yeah.
He means it as in like
familial
she's
or
being
just
accepted for who she is.
Well, and I guess the one thing too that in doing like a little bit of research, because I mean after finishing this,
wait, this is not the podcast.
We don't do research.
Okay, research in big bold quotes. Like after reading a couple more fucking articles about it, like
that's still too much.
After skimming a couple headlines about it,
God damn it. I mean I think that's maybe one thing that might be a little tricky with the translation, because in Japanese, like to say I love you, to say love has
very
like 5 different interpretations.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I can't remember. It was an article about someone was complaining like Americans are just obsessed with making everybody fuck each other.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, no, I mean and
it's probably partially because like they're not doing it in real life. So like we're not going to do it in real life, but we're going to make every fictional character fuck the other.
Well, I mean that's a whole other conversation to be had about like culturally. The fact that anime and all of the interesting quirks that have popped up historically in anime, come from, I'm going to say this, hopefully not being overly, judgmental and or making like a huge generalization, but like a relatively more conservative culture,
I mean, part of that was also because after World War II, like all of the religious people came in and were like, all right, we're telling you what you can and can't portray.
That's
for 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're done now. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's literally like taking
fair.
a whole nother generation to be like, oh, we don't have these American overlords looking over our shoulders being like, well, what's that gross shit you're doing there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess to put a little bow on whatever point I was trying to make, like I think that this sort of like fictional fairy tale sort of story that goes hand in hand with like love save the day, I think that definitely in this specific interpretation, coming at it from just the notion that this is like a very platonic, very like pure childhood love that comes from acceptance, that comes from like wanting to be a part of a family or wanting to be a part of something else, just connection.
Well, especially since they're essentially going to be brother and sister now.
Yeah, exactly.
So like any implications otherwise is perverted.
Looking at you, Barry Allen.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because I think when people talk about this film, it's very much like, does Ponyo love Sasuke romantically? And it's like, no.
Who cares?
Right.
Stop.
Stop that.
Put the pipe down.
Put it away. Put it away. But I mean, it's such
Set the child down. Back away slowly.
Yeah. But it isn't. I mean, I feel like it is though a common trope, and in film that is made specifically for children or for like, I mean, even like middle schoolers, teens. I mean, there's always like a boy character. I mean, like, at least in like the kind of the heteronormative, coupling that occurs, like there's always like a young boy who falls for a girl, and that's like the main onus of like
whoa, we don't use that kind of language around here, buddy.
Sorry. Slow down there, Mr. College Words.
Anyways, I don't know.
I think I mean, like you both have said at this point, I don't think Hayao Miyazaki is going to be like, you know what I need to put in this movie? That whole general idea of like, this is what you need, kids.
Yeah.
Look at this. If you don't get it, you're a failure.
Well, but I mean, even like Spirited Away, to a degree, kind of has that. I mean, the main character like falls in love with this boy, this dragon boy.
Yeah, but she...
In a way, but
in a
again,
way.
it's not a romantic love.
Yeah.
It's I want to take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because he's literally a river.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the embodiment of a river.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so at no point... And like,
A
and
river
there's
who
not...
rescued her and took care of her.
Yeah.
And so it's that that return feeling.
Yeah. Got
And
it.
at no point is it ever just like, wait, you're a body of water?
Ooh.
Fuck. This is like- no, not,
I'm sorry.
Not that kind.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help I'm a part of the problem. God
Yeah.
damn it.
But there's no like remorseful like once that is
Yeah.
the reveal. She's not just like
She's excited
oh,
for him. I
no.
know your
Yeah.
name. I know who you are.
You're a fucking river, bro.
Get to return him.
Shred it! Shred it, bro!
Jesus.
There's
None
some
of that
brats on the trigger out back, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I appreciate in this movie that I feel like,
Fucking everything.
well, yeah,
Thank you.
but I
That's
also
what I needed to hear.
also that like I like things where you're watching a movie and you don't have to be like, this is a literal thing. I feel like there's too many movies where everything has to be literal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't think of the last American-made movie where everything wasn't literal, and then you go onto YouTube and everyone's like arguing, like, did this really happen? Was it
Yeah.
a dream? You know, did X really happen? It's like, no, because it's a movie. It was all
It's a
fake.
movie.
Yeah.
Like,
was all a dream. Yeah.
I feel like part of that is like Christopher Nolan for a little while was like, what's real and what's not? And then everyone was just like, no, it has to be one or the other. It
Yeah.
can't just be a movie where we're accepting on face value and then interpreting like metaphors
Yeah.
as
Well,
you do with
after-
art. It's like,
Yeah, after Inception came out,
Hey guys, wait. Are we on the right cast right now?
shut the fuck up, Marley. After Inception came out, everybody was like copy pasting those articles
Yeah.
to every other movie
Yeah.
and then just like adjusting the margins as need be. And it's like, stop.
Is
now it's-
Seabiscuit really a horse or is he a biscuit?
and now it's moved on to like YouTube videos where like, well, I can't even think, like a movie where like the A to B that's the whole story, and it's like so and so ending explained. It's like, what the fuck do you mean ending explained? There's nothing to explain. You just watch the movie and you see how it ends.
Yeah.
That's the explanation. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I agree that just having a film be a film, having a story be a story, not having there have to be like so much certainty, having there be like a little bit of ambiguity. That's like the movie magic, you know? But I mean, also misinterpreting, you know, the world around us or literature or any of this shit. I mean, that's part of fucking just human nature. That's never going to change. It's why we have all the beautiful things that we have, music and art and literature and all that jazz. But,
Podcast.
and vodka. What'd you say?
Podcast.
Oh. It's like, yeah, and vodka. Someone's like, is that a potato? No, it's a liquid. It was like, yeah!
If we turned into
I
a
mean-
channel where we're like debating what was real and what was, you know, doing that kind of bullshit, I would destroy all of the equipment
Totally.
in this room.
Totally. I completely agree. By the way,
Okay, but not actually the room, right? Because this took a long time to build.
but actually, though, like, did everyone die at the very beginning of this film? And the rest of this film just like a fever dream?
Yeah, they actually
Yeah,
didn't make
right.
it. Was
Yeah.
Lisa's first turn around the cliff. Her
Yeah.
and Sosuke actually
They don't
fell
make it.
off.
They don't
Dude.
make it, and the rest of this is just like I'll agree. Like the rest of it just all occurs in Sasuke's mind.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Josh? Do you think that's
It's probably true. I mean, definitely in Spirited Away, like, what are the odds that she would run into the river that she got saved by
serious?
years ago?
I
like,
fucking never happens to me, and it's a pretty small town.
yeah. That's what made me think of that. Where just like you'd have to write 1,000 think pieces about was she dreaming? Because what are the odds that the river that she fell into would become a manifest? It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's fake. He's telling you a story and relaying concepts to you using these characters.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
So can
Don't-
you explain the ending of Ponyo to us, or?
To be honest, I was in and out like the last 20 minutes, which was one of the things I was going to mention earlier. Like this isn't like a typical 3-act structure kind of thing.
No,
It's like it's all over the place.
I mean, it just kind of like when it ends, it just kind of ends. Like they don't really set up like a journey. It's just, I mean, they're basically at.
No, they do set up a journey.
Well, I mean, they're
and you
looking
go
for their
on the-
mom.
And you go on the journey, and then they don't show you the and then. You get to the destination of this journey, and they're done.
Yeah.
It's the end of the story. But that's a very Miyazaki-esque thing. We don't know what happens to the girls in Totoro. We don't know what happens to their mom. We don't know what happens after... Oh, my God. I just had it in my freaking brain. I know his name, but...
Porco Rosso?
No, what's the girl in Spirited Away's name?
Hard pass.
His name's Haku. What's her name?
Yeah.
But I feel like that has very much more clear, like
No.
certain things happen in a
But
certain
it's a
order.
journey, and then you're done. You don't know what happens to her after she goes to her new house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Hayao Miyazaki's very much, this is our journey, and we're done. There's no and after.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I mean, I guess you make a good point. I mean, in all of those journeys, we don't really know why they're doing it. They're just kind of doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, again, in Spirited Away, main character whose name seemingly leaves everyone's mind. I mean, she goes to go and find the witch's sister, Baba. What is it, Baba Yaga? No, she has an actual name, right?
Bob
Hard
Yaga
pass.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Baba
yeah.
O'Reilly.
Baba O'Reilly. Well, she's that. Yeah, I know exactly what that is. She goes to find her sister so she can save Haku, but I mean, we don't really know why.
Chihiro. Her name is Chihiro.
Chihiro. There it is.
Uh-huh.
Cheerios. That's what I was
Cheerio.
thinking, yeah.
Cheerio.
Yubaba.
Yubaba. There it is.
God,
And-
I was...
And we don't, I mean, in this film, in
Sen. They
Ponyo,
also called her Sen.
we don't really know why. I mean, why they're looking for. I mean, I guess we don't really know why they're looking for their mom. They're just looking for mom. We don't know if that's going to save the world or anything.
Why
really.
they're looking for Sosuke's mom
Yeah.
in Ponyo? Because they're 5
Well,
and they were left alone all night.
Exactly.
And the water is now letting the octopuses crawl into the house.
Yeah, exactly.
The
But I mean,
octopi are crawling into the house.
But I mean, like, narratively, no one really knows if that's going to save the world. Like, no one really knows that's going to be the end of this journey. And then
Nobody's like, Mom is the MacGuffin now. We
Yeah.
have to go to
you
there.
have to go to the mom. And no one really knows, like, I mean, I don't know. At least for me, clearly watching the film, this was kind of the one piece of uncertainty I had is, like, what is the test?
Because you know that they're going to go to a test.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it is.
But, I mean, the test was, they basically said there was a test, and then they got there, and then, you know, Goddess Mom was like, are you going to like my daughter? And he was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, you passed the test.
I think the journey was the test.
Yeah.
I think not leaving Ponyo behind was the test.
Because there was the one moment when Sasuke had his kind of breakdown because he found mom's car and then started like running towards the tunnel, and then she like stopped and turned around and was like, oh no, wait, she's asleep. Which
Yeah.
for like a 5-year-old, probably just having that awareness of like, oh no, there's a person I might need
I got to
bring.
make sure I take that person.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think not ditching Ponyo at the house, not taking Ponyo's power for granted.
Yeah.
He very much asked anytime he needed something, and when she couldn't do it for him because she was tired, he said, "Okay, well then I'll get out and push the boat."
Yeah.
He, like it wasn't like a Ponyo, I know you're tired, but do this anyways.
Yeah.
He made sure that she got on the ground safely. She helped lead him. When she was afraid of the tunnel, he said, just don't let go of my hand. He carried her through,
She's fucking cute.
It is fucking cute. She turned back into a fish, and he was deeply upset by this. Tried to save her life again. And even when it was just give me Ponyo and
He
you can
ran.
go, he was like, you can't have my fish.
Yeah.
It's my
Don't
fish,
turn-
bro.
Don't turn into a fish again. I'll miss you. Don't take my fish.
Yeah. Can I just say too, fucking like sleepy Ponyo,
Oh, God, so cute.
like right out, like when she gets out the boat and she's just kind of like closed eyes, like, hi.
There are certain things
So
about having a child that are just amazeballs, and them being half asleep and doing things is one of those things.
Yeah.
Like Then
There's so many mannerisms that Sosuke has, and I'm just like, holy shit! Whoever made this actually knows what kids are like.
What kids are like.
I think
at
I
this
can
age.
answer that one. It was Hayao Miyazaki.
I mean,
and he does,
He has a
clearly
shitty son.
he does have a shitty son.
Oh my god.
No offense, Goro. I'm sure you're trying your. I'm sure.
Trying to darn us.
I mean, shitty son
Did
from a
his best.
shitty dad, probably. To be fair.
I honestly, watching this film, I was thinking, I almost wish I was watching it with you guys, because there were several times throughout where I was very much like, I wonder what a fucking parent thinks about this film. I wonder, actually having a child watching this film about children and having it done in a way that, at least to me, obviously someone who has very little experience with children, seems so fucking genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Jonathan said, whoever was doing the animation for this, whoever was on this animation team clearly has children at home, because they hit the nail on the head. Her sleepy little half eye thing is 100%.
But the way that whenever Sosuke stands anywhere, he just grabs his shirt
Yeah.
and just that whole, his little mannerisms like that. I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh, cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Yeah, there's little things. His initial thing of seeing his mom's car and him checking the whole car it's a
Yeah.
whole ass mom,
Yeah.
and he still checks every inch of that car. And I'm like, that's 100% something our kid would do.
Yep.
He checks the driver's door twice. 2 times.
2 times for her. That's something that Bennett would do looking for me. I can 100% see him doing that.
Ugh.
So-
That shit was a real kick in the chest.
Oh.
Yeah, and his a not initial breakdown of not finding his mom, the fact that he's no, now something's wrong.
Yeah.
And also their little handhold, because I have seen my child do this with another kid of hey, okay, we're gonna go on a journey, and them just being let's just hold hands.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking cute.
The only thing they missed is him going, can I hold your hand? Because they ask each other to hold hands, and it's so fucking cute.
I mean, I feel like didn't that happen? I feel like that happened.
No.
No?
And also they held hands the right way. So most people, when you hold hands at a certain point,
yeah.
you interlock fingers.
Nah,
Children do not do that. They do the cupping handhold.
Yep. Penguin flippers.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So uncomfortable.
Totes.
It is very uncomfortable when you're a child. That's the way you hold
That's just how you
hands.
do it.
I mean, to be fair, you hold hands with adults, and that ain't
Yeah.
you can't
You
that wouldn't work.
interlock fingers.
I will do it with Bennett every now and then, and it's very fun to do because he's just what is happening?
What is this?
Yeah, I hate this.
Also, as parent, and I'm waiting for the animation team who does this eventually, but I don't know if it's just me, but when I hold Bennett's hand, because his hand's so small, my pinky doesn't fit right, and so it loops around his hand, basically to hold his hand to my hand tighter, and he has finally hit an age where he hates that, and so we were on a hike yesterday, and I kept accidentally flipping my finger behind his little hand, and he kept grabbing my hand and flipping it back to the
no.
front. No, just hold my hand nice, Mom. But yes, these kids are great.
Yeah.
Kids are perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Harley,
What's up?
is this a skip it? Is this for diehard completionists, or is this a must watch for everybody?
I mean, it's a little tough because I feel like all Miyazaki films do kind of fall into one of two camps. Either they're very heady, very emotionally fucking taxing, epic dramas, or it's literally just a couple kids running around being cute as shit with some magical creatures. Do I think that either film can cater to all audiences? Do I think that the same people would like both films? I would hope so, probably, but I would say that this should be practically, especially if you have any sort of interest in films that are specifically made for children, or if you have a child, or if you just like things that are cute, abso-fucking-lutely watch this. I don't think this is for diehard Miyazaki fans. I think this shit's just for everybody. This shit's rated E.
Jonathan, is this for completionists? Is this a must watch, or is this a skip it?
I mean, At this point, I think it's fairly obvious, in my opinion of this movie. It's a
Skip it.
Bop it.
It's
Twist it.
Twist it.
Pull it.
Flick it. Shred it, bro. No, this is I would like to think there's something for everybody here, but I don't necessarily know that that's true. Because there are like some shitty people in the world who can't just watch a thing for what it is.
Talking about you, Josue.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I feel like he's the one that's talked the worst about this movie that I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
As far as being like, it's fine. So, damn.
I mean, I think it's okay to be a little blasé about this film, just if it's not your cup of tea. Just because, like, I mean, in all ways, it's very simplistic, but I think that's very much the beauty of it, and
Yeah.
it's something that is, for me, kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, every movie can be not somebody's cup of tea. So,
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. One of the things that I had kind of forgotten until we got to this movie is that like so much of what Miyazaki does is focused on the air and like flight specifically. That it was interesting to see him devote an entire movie to the sea. And I was like, oh, I wonder, like, I wouldn't have thought that he would just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm tired of all this airplane bullshit. Let's do some underwater stuff.
His airplane stuff translates into it. I'm gonna just keep like I'm gonna hold it for my part. I'm gonna hold it. His airplane stuff translates into this though. Like the ship is very much a four-winged plane in the air. Like it looks like what he would have designed to be an airship.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Like that. And it's one of the things of like, oh yeah, no, he handles when he does something, he goes into it and he fucking like puts his all into it. And he paints a picture of the oceans like fucking beautifully and handles it. And so many liquids in this movie are extremely viscous looking, though, I would say.
Yeah. Everything just looks kind of gloopy.
Yeah.
I'll take that
Yeah,
glue.
we didn't
is
talk
cool.
about the food.
Oh, shit, that ramen dough.
That ramen looks so good.
I mean, that's just, at this point, you know,
It's a given.
if you're watching an anime and there's food, you want to eat it.
You want
yeah.
it.
You want to eat that food.
Was it milk and honey?
Yeah.
Because I thought she was boiling water.
Mm,
And
She was-
water and honey is delicious. I know that, but like,
I thought so initially I thought that it was like just hot water and honey, which it might have been. I don't know. Part of me also was wondering, is like, oh, was that like because I think it's the same stuff they give to the lady with the baby later on, and she calls it soup.
no, it's different because she definitely takes honey and puts it in the cup.
Well, also my thing was like, oh, is that actually like a jar of like miso?
no. Well,
Be a
because
lot of miso
so I
to put
think
in a cup.
that the scene, because I think she makes tea, and then she puts honey in tea. But I think the scene where she has like the sandwiches and all the soups and everything, and the
Thermos?
thermos. Fuck yeah, that happens like the next morning. Like there's like a time skip. So I don't think those are the two. I
They
don't
do
think
that next morning walk of shame.
Yeah. God damn it. Yes.
I don't know, but like it's one of those things that
It's
was
just
never
when like
clear to me.
Ponyo's
So
done drinking it, it kind of looks like she has a little milk mustache going on.
I think she's just having like a milk tea with honey.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is honey. I don't know. Probably
It's delicious looking.
Yeah.
So just skip it is what you're going.
Yeah, we went up from skip it all the way back to
all the
skip
way
it.
around. I think for me this is a must watch.
Yeah.
Because if it's, I mean, like, you have to preface everything with what you're showing people. But like, if you want to show, if somebody wants something like, if you want an anime for like just breaking into anime and being like, just give me something cozy, a nice story, just A to B, not a lot of like weird rigmarole of like bullshit. I think this is the way to go.
Yeah.
I've probably said that about
Every
other Miyazaki, not Princess Mononoke.
No. I think I said that about Princess Mononoke, which clearly after trying to introduce someone to anime through Princess Mononoke, i.e. my wife, learned firsthand about the case.
Not a good way to go.
Sorry to hear about the divorce, Harley.
I mean, not so much divorce, just as it was a very serious and severe bumming out of.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, we're gonna watch Princess Mononoke, and then we're gonna watch all of this fucking Go Nagai stuff, and we're gonna see how you feel about anime afterwards.
I mean, all I'll say is that she fucking, like, the first anime Kari and I actually watched together was her choice, fucking Parasite. And if you want to talk about depressing shit,
Jesus.
hey, buddy.
Yeah, I think that this is just a very, like, soft entry point, like accessible.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we're gonna watch a cartoon. Shut the fuck up and watch the cartoon. Because everything about it is just beautifully done. The backgrounds, the hand drawn, the hand painted, the water looks amazing. The characters are all great.
The end credits song, just brilliant.
God.
The switch to the
That bass
the
drop.
sub before the credits, when the credits start rolling, and then
Does the bass still drop?
no, because that was a special remix. Heather,
disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
is this a must watch? Skip it, or is this a completionist only?
I very much feel like this is a no-brainer and it's automatically a must-watch. I, as a massive Disney fan as a kid, like, going into this was my shit, even as an adult. Like, if you grew up in that, like, beautiful era of Disney in the 90s, like, welcome back. Welcome back to it.
Welcome back.
Yeah, because that's what Ponyo is going to bring back those feels. If you loved Little Mermaid, absolutely go watch this. If you have a child, plop them down in front of this, get some popcorn, and get cozy, because this is one of those, and sometimes it's rare nowadays to find one of those kids movies where you are going to enjoy it as much as your kid. You are going to look at your 5-year-old and be like, hi, I love you, but please stop talking now.
Mommy's watching the movie
Mommy's
right now.
watching this movie.
Well, especially if you go into like anything that Sony is putting out, you're just like, you know what? Please don't make me watch this.
Yeah, go back to remembering what it's like to have a kids movie that you as an adult want to watch, because that's what this is.
Like Shrek.
And no.
Fuck you.
And like that's the difference, right? So like most people say that about Shrek. Like that's what they're trying to go for is kids movies that adults get too.
Yeah.
Like Ponyo.
I fucking hate that
Yeah, I
shit
know.
Like,
so
that
much.
shit exists on a spectrum, and Shrek is in a very shitty,
Yeah,
very
so like, and this
whatever
is one of those
side
like,
that,
no, your kid's gonna fucking love this, and then you're gonna love this.
yeah. You're gonna be
Like,
charmed.
Yeah, it's very great. It's got something for everybody. Like, it very much has that disaster-esque movie to it. When those waves are coming at them, it's that fucking scene. Harley's right. It's beautifully
So
done.
cool.
Ponyo jumping from fish to fish on that loop of just, and the pure joy in her face is just fantastic. The jokes in this, while aren't like smack you in the face jokes, are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Every time I had to hear Fujimoto say, respect your father, usually at the tiny goldfish who were nibbling on something, best. So fucking great. It's got something for, what are you?
Sorry, you're like listing all of these really nice things, and in my head, I'm like, and Lisa's absolute dump truck ass.
Yes, that
Wait,
too.
did she?
No, she actually doesn't. No.
I mean,
You had me close. I was like,
Like, wait, do I need to go back and rewatch
I feel
this?
like I would have remembered that.
Yeah, I feel like this
Jesus.
definitely has something for everybody. You terrible guys.
You suck. Shredded, bro.
I think that this movie has something for absolutely everybody. And
Well, clearly not.
Yeah. Get out of here. And while there are people who are like, and it's not gonna be a blow your mind out of the water Miyazaki film. Like, if you want a Princess Mononoke, this isn't it. But you know what it is? It's wholesome as fuck, and it makes you feel good. And Harley's dying over there.
It's okay to feel good sometimes.
It's so good. It's so good.
No,
I
agreed.
also really, really like that they've got the big, giant, ancient fish in there, and the kids are saying their names.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn. Because Bennett's, of course, like, dinosaurs. And I'm like, they are the fish that led to dinosaurs,
Yep.
buddy. Good job.
Well, isn't it just like all, what is it, coelacanths? Isn't that the one?
Well, coelacanth is a type of like a specific fish, I thought.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
but they were naming them.
Yeah.
There's 3 different types in
It
there.
was like Dipnorhynchus and
yeah.
And Suckmarinkus.
Also, yeah, like,
Jesus.
let's talk about like them just gliding through on that little ship, and like that was stunning. Them just finding all these fish, and like, granted, like it's beautiful, beautiful. Then we have to deal with that creepy demon baby, and then beautiful, beautiful.
You had a cold.
It's just really great.
Yeah. No, any of the underwater scenes in this
Yeah,
film, like we're
it's
just
stunning. It's just stunning.
Yeah.
I liked the messaging about pollution in our oceans and that it's accessible to kids, but also it's not like, let me slap you in the face with the pollution in the ocean, but also like, oh damn, yeah, no, seriously, pollution in the ocean. Pollution in the ocean. I can say it like 5 more times.
pollution in the ocean.
Pollution.
Anyway, so
Lisa's dump truck ass.
this is 1000% a must watch.
Oh Christ.
Disney pulling another ant cast.
Yeah.
Um,
Fucking Elastigirl,
Josh?
am I right?
Josh, what you got?
Jesus.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna put this in the must watch
10
category
out of
also.
10 dump trunk asses.
Jesus.
10 Hayos out of 10
You gotta give them a
Miyazakis.
minute. They'll stop. I
Yeah, the scene when Matt Damon's supposed to come home but he doesn't. I was just like,
Dad's leave. It happens.
he's gone, baby. Just give me a ring. I'll come console you. But I feel like this would be the I feel like the perfect way to get into Miyazaki is with a triple feature, and I feel like this, and then you would get your like Princess Mononoke's, or I feel like that'd be good. Like going from like this to Princess Mononoke, and then to like Kiki's Delivery Service,
Oh, yeah.
or My Neighbor Totoro.
Something for like a real smooth finish.
yeah. Cute, disastrous, cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe end with Ponyo to be like, here, everything's gonna be fine. Look how
maybe
cute
like
everything is.
maybe like Kiki's Fireflies Ponyo to
God
soothe
damn.
to soothe that, to put a balm on that wound.
Yeah.
I feel, well, if only Hayao Miyazaki directed
Yeah.
Grave of the Fireflies, we could put that on the
Thank
list.
God we don't have to do that one.
Oh, I guess that's true. Oh, fuck.
I mean, something's gonna have to come after this, which we'll have to figure out at some point. But
don't
we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
No.
But
Kitty,
yeah,
no.
I feel like
Kitty, no. Kitty, yes. Kitty, no.
this is it's a must watch if you enjoy movies, cartoons, if you have children. If you don't, it's for everybody. Something for
I was
everybody.
gonna say, I also feel like we shouldn't narrow this down to like, if you have
No.
kids, watch this, because
Yeah.
like Harley and Josh are both kidless, and while Josh
that I
lives-
know about.
yeah, and that while Josh full time lives with one right now, like this is a good movie. We saw this in theaters when it came out in 2009.
It dropped in the States in 2009.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's just like
I
that bass drop in the
remember-
end credit song. Am I right? Boom.
I
Bam.
remember loving it then. I also
Yeah.
remember suggesting it to childless friends. I mean,
Yeah.
no, it's great.
This is not like a quote unquote child's film. This is just a film that is accessible to adults and children.
Yeah,
I
would say I think you'll very much enjoy it, even if you're not a big Disney fan, even if you're not a big I have children fan.
I mean, if you're just like a fan of beautiful visuals, simple storytelling, and just having your pants charmed off, then yeah, this will be a good fit. If you're a fan of dump truck asses, though, pass. This has got none of them.
I was gonna say, do you think that's why John Lasseter signed on? Because like, I can charm the pants off of people. Sign me the fuck up.
Oh, boo.
Real quick question around the room: is this the last good G-rated film? I'm gonna say probably,
that
based on how the ratings changed, like very soon after this, where if like anything happens, like that's a straight PG, my
Straight
friend.
up PG. Yeah,
It's
no
not-
can do.
It's literally not just like colors for babies. I feel like this is probably like one of the last.
Yeah.
real movies
wasn't
is
like
rated G.
Storks PG?
Yeah, Storks is definitely PG. There's definitely like
Yeah.
kid swears in it. Like,
Dang. Oh, PG.
yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So now everything's just abstract colors for babies.
Unless it's like the fucking Peanuts movie where nothing happens for an hour and a half, and then like, oh, that can be G. No one's going to go see it. That can
Nobody's
be for
going to
everybody.
watch this.
That's fair.
Oh, folks, it's been an episode.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. As mentioned before, we have one more monthly Miyazaki left to do. That is The Wind Rises from 2013. It's already been 8 years since that movie came out, folks.
Jesus.
And maybe by the time we're done with that episode, his new one will be out and we can watch it and do that one in the next month. But so far, it's looking like it's a big negative.
Is there another one coming? I thought that shit was done.
He's been working on one for a couple years now.
I thought he retired.
Yeah, and then he was like, you know what? I want to do one more.
He came back?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to come out,
Yeah.
but he's working on something. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I guess I watched this film like with a little tinge of sadness, just because I was like, shit, like this is pretty much, at least to my understanding, this is kind of like the last actual full tried and true Miyazaki hurrah. But I guess he's coming back. Then fuck yeah.
Has anybody in here seen The Wind Rises?
Nope.
I have.
So we got that to look forward to. We've got Inception at some point came out.
That's a movie that exists.
That's a movie that came out.
Yep.
And then still as yet undetermined, it's good actually because things are kind of up in the air right now, so we'll have to figure that out. But
We're gonna finally do Rat Race by popular demand.
No.
Our fans are screaming for it.
I would need them in my face screaming for it.
I'm pretty sure Show Feet Guy is out there. Just
Show Feet Guy, drop an email at moistboyspodcast@gmail.com. Tell us if you want to. Tell you what, if we get 20 emails saying that we should do Rat Race, then we'll do Rat Race. But you have to send us an email to moistboyspodcast@gmail.com saying that you want us to do Rat Race. Also, tell us why you want us to do Rat Race.
yeah.
Make it heartfelt. Tell us why you love that movie.
And when he
Absolutely.
says 20 emails, he means 20 emails from 20 different people.
Yeah,
of course.
20
Yes.
different people.
Not 20 emails
Don't
from
just-
one
From
person.
Harley.
Yeah. Don't just stuff the ballot box.
This isn't Florida. We do things on the up and up around here.
Yeah.
Hey. That's a joke.
Yeah.
That's the thing that was said.
So thank you everyone for listening. And we'll be back with the next wonderful episode in our new wonderful recording